Yeah, we've introduced mobikes, which is the ability to hire a bike using a mobile app, and you can actually pick up and drop off your bike anywhere in the city, so there's no fixed locations for that bike, and it's proved to be hugely successful in the city centre and is obviously getting people out and about and becoming more active within and around Greater Manchester. I think it's quite interesting when you think about active travel and some of the initiatives that are taking place across Greater Manchester at the moment. Because with active travel, as a number of people have already mentioned this morning, there are a whole host of health and also environmental benefits. So for me, it's been incredibly interesting to see the change over recent years and also to understand the plans that are scheduled changes that are due to take place in and around the region. I think from a personal perspective, there's two challenges that Greater Manchester are facing that's just worthwhile touching on. And Lily, I know you referred to the increase in population in London, and we're seeing the same in Manchester. So we're having an increase in population, which ultimately has put pressure on the transport network. And as a consequence of that, we're seeing an increase in pollution and then a reduction in air quality. And then I think the second observation that's also of interest when it comes to active travel is that half of all adults in Greater Manchester don't currently do the recommended amount of physical activity. And I think active travel presents a huge opportunity to address both of those challenges that we're facing. And there's a whole host of initiatives that are taking place across Manchester to try and influence behaviour and ultimately move people onto sustainable modes of transport, which includes obviously the topics we've talked about already, such as walking and cycling, but also using public transport to a greater degree than people do now, because obviously everybody seems to still prefer to get into the car, particularly for short distances of travel. So there's an interesting stat from the Transport Authority that 50% of journeys in Greater Manchester are less than 2 kilometres in length, and almost 40% of those are still taken in the car.